Man, the Knicks gave Tom Thibodeau the Timberland boot in a New York minute. The NBA Finals are finally here, and 50 Cent is going out of his way to make sure Puffy's life is a living hell. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Welcome to another episode of 58South TV Presents Topics of Discussion, your new home for sports news and entertainment. I'm your host, 58South, along with my co-host, the number one Knicks fan that I know, well, maybe tied for number one with my homeboy DJ Phenomenon, Juice Jalapeno Jones. What it is, sir?
What's up, baby? What's up, everybody out there? How y'all doing?
Man, they're doing better than Tom Thibodeau, man. How are you?
Ooh, wait, bruh. Are we going straight into it?
We might as well, man. I don't see the need of waiting. Everybody else is talking about it. We might as well go ahead.
Oh, man. So what? Recently, the big news is that the Knicks have released Tom Thibodeau, their head coach, the head coach that has brought them to the Eastern Conference Finals the first time in 25 years, has had 2 consecutive seasons with 50-game plus wins in the season, and they let this man go, 58. What's up?
They did. Okay, so I had some mixed feelings about it. First of all, since he got up to the Eastern Conference Finals, I could understand why Knicks fans, out of all people, would be upset. But if you're a fan of the team and you're looking at it, how about looking at it like this? The front office has made it very clear to me as a fan, we're not just happy getting to the Eastern Conference Finals. We want championships, and we don't feel like he's that guy that can get us there. So we're going to get rid of him and get something better for you, the fan. Now, has anybody looked at it that way yet that you know of? Because remember, this news broke. You had to tell me about it. Man, you were on the phone, and you were like, yeah, this happened like an hour or two ago.
Well, some people share your feeling, like especially like some of the analysts on ESPN. There's a few that share your opinion, but as far as I don't know, man. It's not a split opinion. There's more people that feel like me, and I feel like you got to give the man a little bit more time. He's done great things, and I think it would have got greater. And but who knows what's going on? Like you said, who knows what's going on behind closed doors? Who knows what's going on with the front office? There's a lot of things going on, and to me, I think the front office made their decision game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals when we were up by 14 with 2 minutes to go and end up losing that game. You know what I mean? Now, granted, Indiana Pacers were on fire, granted, but as a coach, you have to know how to stop the bleeding immediately, especially in a situation like that with 2 minutes left in the game and you're up by 14. There's no way you should lose. So I think with that right there, I think that pushed the front office like, you know what? This ain't our guy, man. Because we can't be losing games like this. To me, that's what my opinion is.
Well, the same way you said game 1, they might have looked at game 3 the same way and been like, oh, he could have been. So you mean to tell me he could have been doing this the whole time? He knew he could have been playing the bench, and now he's just now deciding to do it. Yeah, you don't belong here. You don't belong here, man.
Yeah.
It's tough, but this isn't the first coach we've seen even this season that has been fired with a winning team. I think it just lends more to the hunger for Knicks fans to finally have something to believe in as to why this is a major story. Maybe that's the way they're looking at it. In your opinion, who would you like to see replace him?
That's a very good question, and it's been buzzing all over media for the past couple of days now. There's a few prospects that people are looking at, such as your boy that just got fired from the Denver Nuggets. What's that, Mike Malone?
Yep.
Somebody even threw out maybe what's his name, Hurley from college, from Connecticut. Somebody else threw out, what was that, Mike Brown that used to coach LeBron.
And also the Sacramento Kings.
Sacramento Kings, you're right, and he brought them up too, and they let him go dirty. They did him dirty.
If I ain't mistaken, I think that's what helped De'Aaron Fox get up out of there.
That's crazy, man. But to me, I and this is just speaking out loud. I don't see anybody, directly that I would just straight go for. Like I would stay within the organization right now and try to figure it out. Maybe like put Brunson's dad. I know he's on the coaching staff. I'll probably let him be the interim, head coach, and then we figure some things out. Because I just wouldn't want to just throw anybody in, the fire. You know what I mean? Because a lot of people don't even want to. They're not going to want to coach for an organization like that. The way the Knicks just did Tom Thibodeau. Like Tom Thibodeau is respected by a lot of coaches, man. And when they see the way he got done, that's going to make them be like, well, what's different? How am I different? This man had winning seasons and still got the boot. So there's a lot of pressure you're putting on these next coach to come in. So I don't know. What do you think? You have any suggestions on what coach should go there?
I wrote down four. You named two of them. Mike Malone, of course. Mike Malone is from Queens, so got some New York roots. Mike Brown, like you mentioned, and I said Mike Brown because maybe he can throw a different wrinkle in the offense and actually use the entire bench that he has. I'm looking at Mike Brown for that. They also bring up Jay Wright because he used to coach Villanova. I don't really like the idea of putting a college coach into that type of situation, meaning the major market and having to deal with NBA players. I don't think it's going to go the way they think it will as far as panning out. Then the one I did write down and I ain't hear nobody talk about is probably the furthest from reality is Mark Jackson.
Somebody did say that.
Oh,
Stephen
okay.
A. Smith said that today. Stephen A.
Wow.
Smith said that on First Take. Yep.
Wow, my fault. My fault. Yeah, man, I'd love to see Mark Jackson coach these Knicks.
Yeah.
I'd love to see that.
I don't object to that. I don't object to that one bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Somebody else was saying Jeff Van Gundy too.
Yeah, man, but I don't think not in 2026. Excuse me, not yeah. Jeff Van Gundy is a 1990s coach. That's why Tom Thibodeau getting ready to get up out of here. All that 1990s mentality stuff got to go, especially if you're going to be a 1990s coach and not use your bench. Come on, man, you can't even win a national championship in college with just 6-7 players, bro.
Yeah, you correct, man. But to each their own, man. Every coach has a different theory, and that's why they're the coach. You know what I mean? And apparently it worked though.
And that's why they're ex-coaches too.
You're right. But I mean, dog, you went to Game 6 in the Eastern Conference Finals, man. Like that's not bad. That's not bad on your resume, man.
It's not bad on your resume. It's going to bode real well for your next job. But the situation with him is you had 5 players in the top 20 in minutes played all season. I've been saying this the entire time. He runs them to death, man. You cannot do that. You're not going to win a championship running these guys like they prize mules, yo. It's not going to
Hey,
work.
you're right, man. But on the flip side, just like you said, also, he's not gonna have no problem getting a job.
I'd love to see Utah could use him. Washington could use him. I'm going to still give, Charles Lee his contract to show me what he got because 1 year ain't enough just for me to say the guy's a terrible coach. We already
Right.
were a terrible team. I can't put that on him. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, so we're going to see, man. But two coaches who are doing fantastic with their teams, the coaches for the Indiana Pacers and the Oklahoma City Thunder, which are playing in the NBA Finals. Which team do you have winning, and tell me why you think they will win, or what's going to be the key to them winning?
First of all, the consensus is OKC in 4 or 5. They think it's gonna be a sweep. They going crazy. Everybody's talking about how easy this is. There's no competition, and that's what's making me go to the other side. Like, hold on, this is the setup right here. This is the setup going on, and I smell it because everybody's going OKC. So I might need to slide in with the Pacers because I already seen what they're capable of, how they did my Knicks. So I mean, I understand how talented the OKC is, with Shea Gilgis and his supporting cast, J Dub and all them. But bruh, Indiana is not a game, man. Like they are straight, bro. I hate to admit it, but our series is over and now I can be truthful about it. Those boys are nothing to play with, and they're young.
So you got Oklahoma City Thunder winning or the Pacers?
I would have Oklahoma City in 7.
Okay, and what is going to be their key to victory? Give me at least 2.
The key to victory,
Mm-hmm.
first of all, J Dub is gonna have to score, 20 plus a game, man. He's gonna have to bring it. I don't know, man. It's gonna be real. It's gonna be real crazy 58 because they both run the same kind of offense. That up and down, quick. You know what I mean? Pace. I mean, Shea Gilgis is just gonna have to bring his MVP qualities and live up to his standard. You know what I mean? In order to take it to the top, because you don't want these boys, to do what they did to my Knicks. You know what I mean? So that's all I'm gonna say. And OKC is not really a good 3-point team. Am I right?
Uh, they can once they get going, they can blow the doors off. So I mean, I can't say that. All the teams we've seen every team this year in the playoffs miss a large amount of 3-point shots that they would normally make during the regular season. So I won't say
Right.
good or bad, but I have I'm picking Indiana to win, and the key to Indiana winning is going to be one, Tyrese Halliburton has to be completely aggressive every single game. There's no game where he can be passive. He has a terrible time playing Oklahoma City Thunder. I think in the 4 games they've played, he's only averaging, God, I think it's under 20 if I'm not mistaken, against
Yeah.
the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's him being very aggressive, limiting the turnovers, um, realizing that you have a great mismatch with Miles Turner whenever Hartenstein is in the game, because Miles Turner can shoot from the perimeter, so you'll bring Hartenstein from the basket. That way you can drive, pick and roll, pick and pop, drive, get some fouls, easy buckets that way. If Chet Holmgren is guarding Miles Turner, feed him in the post. Make him Chet earn those fouls. That's going to be Indiana's key to winning, and also the I don't want to say the others because they're a real team. So your boy Nembhard, hopefully he's fully recovered from the I think it was an ankle injury he had the last series. So yeah, man, I'm looking for Tyrese Halliburton.
Hold on. Was that Nimhart or Neesmith?
See,
Neesmith, that's the one that got the little ankle twist. That's the one who killed us with all the threes in
that's
that
who
one
had all the
game.
threes. Okay,
Yep,
my
Neesmith.
fault. Nee Smith. Okay,
Yep.
because is Nembhard even on the Pacers? Then am I saying that wrong?
Yeah, you saying it right?
So it's
Yeah, he's on it.
Nembhard. What's the other dude? Maturin. He's also on the Pacers.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Okay, yeah. See, these are names I just not real familiar with, but yeah. So those are my keys to Indiana winning, man. I really believe the Indiana Pacers can pull this off, and I'm gonna say the Indiana Pacers are gonna win their first championship.
How many games?
Ooh, boy, this is gonna be a Game 7 situation.
See, yep. So we both on game 7 then on that.
Gonna be again. No, hold on. 6. It got to be 6. Because if it go to 7, it's going to OKC for the Game 7. And I don't think. Yeah, I don't think Indiana's gonna win a Game 7 in that environment with this amount of chips on the line. Great team and all, but I don't see that happening.
No way possible, baby.
But do you think these two teams being in the NBA Finals kind of dispels the rumor of the NBA being fixed? Because these are two of the smaller markets in the entire league.
Yeah. I think it does dispel that theory, but I was never a fan of that theory anyway, It's just the game is evolving and it's different out here, and you just got to do what you got to do. But I like it, even though I really wanted my Knicks to be in it, so it could be a blue and orange versus blue and orange, because OKC is blue and orange, so we would have been having orange and blue skies all over here. Hey, before I finish though, I got to give Mr. 58 South his props because I'm a man of my word. My man said on our last episode, Indiana is 6. Am I right?
Yeah, I said Indiana was going to go to
Okay.
the NBA Finals. Yeah.
You said it. So I'm not gonna sit here and not try to give you your flowers. You got it, brother. You right on target.
I mean,
But,
I appreciate it. It's just that I've seen your coach, what he does to players, man, and I knew that wasn't going to sustain. The fact that none of those guys were injured was a surprise to me. So I was like, well, they're not injured, but I know they ain't got enough gas to keep running with just 6 of them. It's going to be.
Hey, that's good, man. Hey, you did great though, man. You had a great prediction and it panned out to be right. You know what I mean? But I still want my $50 next year, $50 bill when the New York Giants win more games than the Carolina Panthers. I just want to refresh you on that one.
Hey, man, 2 20s and a 10.
That's what you said.
I want 2 20s and a 10.
That's what you said.
Yeah, 2 20s and a 10, man.
I'm just glad you're not a petty man. I'm glad you're not petty talking about, oh, I wanted it in rolls of quarters or, some more, come on, man.
Nah, we good
I have
on
somebody
that.
out here around me that does that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? And I'm telling you, I wanted to throw them quarters at his face, man. But I ain't going to say no names on here. But, there's petty people out here, man. They do petty things, man.
Well, since we're not those type of petty people, I know last episode we had mentioned Angel Reese. I got to mention her this episode, man. The young lady is the fastest NBA player to reach 500 points and 500 rebounds. Congratulations to her. Absolutely. She did it in 38 games. The previous player who did it the fastest was Tina Charles. She did it in 44. So congrats to Miss Angel Reese on becoming the fastest player to 500 points and 500 rebounds, man. Juice, have you noticed the the Stefan Diggs situation? And the situation I'm referring to is him on the boat. I ain't talking about him and what could happen with him and Cardi B and Offset and all. I'm talking about him being on the boat, doing his 1-2. Then he pulls out a pouch with a bunch of pink stuff in it. I don't know if the pink stuff was. I don't know what the pink stuff was. Yeah, it was pink stuff, man. Yeah, like A pouch?
What is that? You talking about like Kool-Aid? Like he had a pack of Kool-Aid?
More like Fun Dip. It wasn't Kool-Aid, more like Fun Dip, I guess.
So he got the adult Fun Dip?
Could be. It could be. Nothing was tested. I just know he had like a pouch, a big pouch. They could have been THC gummies or something. Who knows, man? Big pouch, pink pouch of stuff on the boat. Him and the ladies. They was passing it out. Now, my whole thing is, if that's your get down, then that's your get down. That's your business. But why are you allowing it to be recorded, Mr. NFL wide receiver that plays for the New England Patriots? Or I don't care if you playing for the Cleveland Browns. You don't want to be recorded with a pouch full of pink stuff. I mean, especially while
Well,
OT,
was he inebriated?
you can never tell. But I mean, I'm still not gonna make that be an excuse either. I mean, we've all seen wide receivers on a boat don't really end well. Ask the New York Giants.
The only reason I was asking if he was inebriated, man, because sometimes, you know, the drinks start flowing and everything else just goes out the window, man, and you don't even think about things, and that's a bad thing. That's very bad, and I'm not saying it's right because it's not, but it happens. You get to a point where you're just you're feeling real good, and you don't even notice that cameras on you or whatever the case may be. I'm not trying to get this man's back or put him in no defense. You know what I mean? But hey, man, things happen, especially when you're drinking and you're with women on a boat.
Now, if I'm a Dollar General employee and that happens, yeah, I can understand that. But not if I'm a all-pro wide receiver getting ready to start playing for the New England Patriots for the first time, knowing like this OTA is going on right now, brother. So anything you do, good, bad, maybe I'm reading too much into it. Maybe that pink stuff was nothing. Maybe him being recorded was not a big deal to the coaches or nothing like that. But it's just the optics of, you know what I'm saying? It's never about what it is. It's always about what it looked like.
Yeah,
That's
you're
what I'm saying.
100% right. You're 100% right. You got to play your position. The fact that you're a wide receiver, you're making all this amounts of money. You're playing in a professional league in the NFL. There's things that you have to do and ways that you have to go about it. But sometimes people have an attitude where they think they're on top of the world. Or I mean, you never know what was going on. But I do want to know what that pink stuff was.
I'm sure maybe that'll come out, a little more later on. Yeah, I hope he has a solid season. I'll just put it that way. I hope Stefan Diggs has a solid season and this can become a non-story. Because this is a different NFL, this is a different New England Patriot regime right now. So I don't think they can afford any mishaps. Like, who's the quarterback over there? Drake May, right?
Yes, sir.
Drake May's the quarterback, new coach. We'll see. I mean, I'm sure Robert Kraft ain't tripping. Robert Kraft, like, I mean, just as long as you ain't in masseuse parlors getting caught up, you know what I mean? You don't do that. You know what I mean? I can only get you out of one of them jams per every couple years. Yeah, you ain't heard nothing else about that Robert Kraft situation, man. Robert Kraft
Uh
got,
uh
yeah. So
uh
yeah, I can only do so. Like, I can only do so much now. Pick and choose your get out of jail free cards, there, brother.
Right, right.
Yeah. My God. Oh man. So look here, your folks down there in Louisiana. What's the? I
Uh,
see. I see one of the gentlemen. He got free and decided it was a great idea to go on Instagram and plead his case, saying, "Hey man, I was let out. I didn't escape. I was let out, and what they saying against me is not true." Are you familiar with Mr. Antoine? Antoine Massey is the one who decided that it was a good idea to do the Instagram post.
I definitely know who Mr. Massey is now. I didn't
Mm-hmm.
know before, but
Mm-hmm.
I also seen him in that video calling out for help from what was it, Donald Trump and who else? Jay-Z? I forgot. He called a couple of people out and asked them, "Please help me." He said, "I didn't escape. I was let out."
I mean, if that's
But they got the video footage from the breakout, and all 10 men are running out very fast. They're running. But you didn't see nobody just let him out. He let himself out.
not only that, they were crossing the interstate from what it looked like on that video. Gracious sakes, man. That the bail bondsman that caught him a couple times because this dude has escaped like 4 times. Yeah, the bail bondsman, Matthew Dennis, was on News Nation talking about it. The lady talking to the bail bondsman was like, "Yeah, so how'd y'all catch him?" He was like, "Well, he could be watching this, so I don't really want to tell you how we caught him in case we got to catch him again."
It's crazy, bro. And you know, out of all the 10 dudes that escaped, this dude is the only one that has tattoos all over his face. And he's still the only one that, you know, besides the other dude that's not caught yet. I don't know his name. There's one more that hasn't been caught. But dude, you have tattoos all over your face, bro. You the one that's really not getting caught. Everybody,
His
I guess
aunt,
he's just good at it.
his aunt that lives in Atlanta, she also spoke and was saying that some of the stuff he's being charged with, like as far as the rape and because she broke it down like this. She was like, him and the young lady that he was going with, that's the one who put the charges on him, and it's like a recurring cycle. They would get into it, she would call the police, he'd get locked up, she bail him out. Get into it, call the police, get locked up, she bail him out. Because they're actually saying that she is being accused of helping him or aiding him, you know, upon the escape. And mind you, the whole reason he in there because of her. Well, excuse me, one of the, I ain't gonna say the whole, I'm gonna say one of the reasons he's in there is because of her. You know what I mean? But his aunt was she was like, yeah, the police, they came asked me questions. I was very cooperative. And we just want him to have a safe return back to prison. We just want him to turn himself in, this, that, and the third. Would you be that family member, the one that tells him, go back to prison, or would you be the family member to help him?
I mean, that's, you know, where I come from, you know, that's an easy question, man. I'm down with my family, you know, regardless, through thick and
Uh-huh.
thin, right or wrong, you know what I mean? Which is hard, you know what I mean? I wouldn't be harboring them. I tell you that. You know, I wouldn't be like, hey, bro, you can stay in my basement, bro. I got you. Nah, ain't none of that going down over here, slick.
So
But
you'd cash app him.
I would figure out a way. You know, I wouldn't do a cash app because that's gonna attract. You know, that's definitely gonna attract. You can, you know, you can see that transaction. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
there are people they lock some people up for stuff like that too in this situation. Yeah,
you
they
know,
got a
and they
couple of
will,
them.
and they will.
Oh no,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
did. Yeah. I
Oh,
ain't.
they did.
Yeah, I'm not speaking hypothetical. Yeah, there's some. It's like some 50, 60-year old lady. Yeah, she was driving some of the guys around, giving them food and stuff like that. They got her.
Cause you aiding and abetting.
Yeah, all that. I mean, I wouldn't alert them to where you are, but I also would not have any contact with you. You know what I mean?
No, not at all.
Yeah, no. So when I tell them, man, I don't know where you at, I won't be lying because I don't want to know where you at.
I mean, if I happen to throw like a nice amount of money in a plastic bag in my garbage can outside, and then you know it appears to be gone the next day, and the trash don't come till the next day after, but that money is gone, I can't tell you where it went. That's all I can say. I'm
Oh
gonna leave it
yeah,
at that.
I can tell you I would never do that. Yeah, I can definitely tell you. Can tell you I would never. No. Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
there's no cash out transactions going on here, but I would look
Yeah,
out somehow.
no. I'll give you some time to get away because if they come to me, I don't know. I don't know where
I don't know,
yeah, I don't know where he or she went.
and I have no clue. I don't want to see you,
Yeah, not my issue.
but I love you though.
Yeah. Something else I love that's when I was a kid, I used to love watching cartoons, man. I really love watching King of the Hill. And there was a guy that played the voice of John Redcorn, and sadly enough, Mr. Jonathan Jost, he was shot and killed in his driveway in San Antonio. So there's a video of this. He also, with being the voice of John Redcorn, he was also Chief Hotatani on Parks and Rec. I don't know if you ever seen that sitcom. Real funny sitcom used to come on NBC. But the situation is, it was like a neighborly dispute. He he had he was walking up and down the street with a pitchfork, or at least in his vacant lot with a pitchfork. I guess going back and forth with one of the neighbors. So if you ever watched the video, there is the empty lot where his house used to be. He lost it in a fire. So I guess he was there checking the mail or something of that nature. And him and the neighbor got into it. And long story real short, the neighbor ends up shooting him. Some of the other neighbors were saying, this is kind of an ongoing thing. This isn't the first time they got into it. We called the police before, nothing ever happened. He's been showing signs of like erratic behavior, I guess, just yelling and being loud and stuff like that. Pitchfork, just that and the third. Yeah, man. Condolences to Jonathan Jost, again, the voice actor for John Redcorn, and also Chief Hotatanti on Parks and Rec, man. Yeah,
Definitely. Rest in peace. Rest in
yeah,
peace, man.
man. Rest in peace, brother. Rest in peace, man. Well, also, some sad news. The Clips were let go by Def Jam. Why they were let go by Def Jam is due to a disagreement over Kendrick Lamar verse. Some of the folks at Def Jam thought it might be a very bad look to have two of Drake's adversaries, might be the word we looking for here, on the same song currently with that UMG lawsuit. And the Clips were like, well, if you're going to, because, Push is a solo artist on the Def Jam. So I guess he was like, if you're going to get rid of, the Clips, you might well get rid of me too. And so they got rid of him too. They're with Rock Nation, and they have a new album coming out July 11th. Let God Sort Them Out. And the feature from Kendrick Lamar is on the song Whips and Chains. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure people are already Googling that, trying to see if they got a snippet or if the song is already out. So look for that Clips album, July 11th. Let God Sort Them Out. Whips and Chains is the feature that you need to be looking for, featuring Kendrick Lamar. Juice Jones.
This is gonna be crazy.
Juice Jones. It is now time for the newest segment of our show. Brick or Swish. I have some trending topics I'm going to ask you about. If you agree with them, it's a swish. If you disagree, it's a brick. We good? Let's try to reconnect then. There we go. We
There we
good?
go. I can hear you now. I was reconnecting
Yeah.
for a second. I couldn't hear you.
Yeah. Yeah, said it over here.
But I can tell what you were saying, though. But I can tell what you were saying. You said brick or swish. I can
That's
tell what
it.
you were saying.
That's it. That's it. Let's get this thing started. 50 Cent has came out and said that if Donald Trump pardons Puffy, he is going to tell Donald Trump what Puffy says about him in private. Do you agree or disagree with blocking somebody's pardon? Is this a brick or a swish?
That's a brick, man. 50 Cent need to stop. He just be doing the most, man. He do the most, man. You know what I mean? Like, that man is crazy, man. Sound like a little kid.
I'm really, really interested in knowing where this beef come from. Cause this is serious, man. Like, I want you to go to prison and stay there. I dislike you that much. This is crazy. I too got to call brick on this one, man. Like, come on, brother. This ain't got nothing to do with you. Yeah, this ain't got nothing to do with you, man. Mind your business, brother. Mind your business.
Most of the stuff never has nothing to do with him anyway, man. It's 50, bruh. You know what I mean? It's 50. Come on,
50.
man. This man said he was smoking when he found out that Irv Gotti died. He said he's smoking on that Irv Gotti pack. Who
Yeah.
does that, bruh? The man just died.
Somebody who's committed to the cause. What it looked like, man. Committed to the cause. Speaking of causes, we're both Tar Heel fans. Some news broke this past week that power forward / center Van Allen Lubin decided to join NC State. This is after Van Allen Lubin had put out a statement on X, saying that he plans on returning back to the Tar Heels. So my question to you is, brick or swish? Tar Heel fans should be surprised by Van Allen Lubin's decision to leave the school.
Swish on that, huh?
Mm-hmm.
They should be surprised. That's what you said?
Yep.
I throw a swish on that because they should be surprised. You know, if you're asking me, am I surprised? That's a different question because I'm not surprised at anybody leaving the team. There's something wrong that we don't know about with whether it's the coaching or whatever's going on. And I think it's Hubert Davis, and he's a good man. Don't get it wrong, but I think something's wrong with his coaching ethics and behind closed doors because everybody wants to leave, man. So I think it is, but I think everybody else all the Tar Heel fans would have probably thought that Van Allen Lubin would have stayed. But going to NC State, that's like a smack in the damn face.
I'm going to call brick on this one, man. I'm going to call brick. Tar Heel fans should not be surprised by Van Allen Lubin leaving. Van Allen Lubin was He was recruited by Notre Dame, played there. Left Notre Dame after one season, went to Vanderbilt. Left Vanderbilt after one season, came to us. Leaving us after one season, going to NC State. If you walk like a duck, talk like a duck, it's a Van Allen Lubin. You know what I mean? Now, and plus, look, I'm never upset when someone leaves who is not that good to begin with. Yeah,
It's pretty good, man. He helped us out a lot.
Nah, no. I hate when people take, well, he's better than nothing as being great. No, that ain't the standard here. Van Allen Lubin, under any other circumstances, would have never been a Tar Heel. There's nothing about him that screamed Tar Heel way. He's not a good big man. He's in the paint, missing layups. He can't rebound. He can't really block shots. You're good for your fouls, but that's about it, homeboy. I'm so happy that you were gone. Don't know why it took you this long, but thank you for leaving. Leave your Jordans at the front door. Thank you so much for your service, man. Peace.
Now you saying all that you just said, which I do not disagree with anything you said, but just because you said that, that man's going to have a 35, 40-point game on us when he plays us now.
Lubin ain't got it in him, homie. I ain't worried about none of that. Damn, I ain't worried about none of that.
Van Allen, I hope you're watching this because we don't care. We're thankful that you left, okay?
I'd be more concerned with Reggie Miller winning the Finals MVP this season than Van Allen Lubin doing any of that you just said.
That's real.
Yeah, gracious of Van Allen Lubin. Anyway, let me go on. I ain't even gonna say what I was getting ready to say. That man got a family. Look at it. Saquon Barkley is on the new cover, or the new cover of Madden, the 26th edition. Brick or Swish, as a Philadelphia Eagle fan, should there be cause for concern since your player is on the Madden cover, knowing the Madden curse is a thing?
Gosh, you asking the craziest questions today. I'm gonna say Swish because you're right. You know what I mean? Knowing that exists, which people, believe in curses, people don't believe in it. Whatever the case may be, it just seems that every time somebody gets that Madden cover, where everything goes. It goes south. You know what I mean? Which I hope it doesn't in this case. I'm happy for Saquon. He deserves it. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm with you, 50. What you think?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Brick. It's not the Madden curse. Yeah, it's not the Madden curse y'all need to be worried about out there in Philly. It's the fact that teams now can prepare for the Eagles with Saquon Barkley. The division can get stronger knowing how to play the Eagles with Saquon Barkley. That Madden cover is just gonna be the reason the people in Philly might want to throw out there why they don't win the division this year. But it won't be because of that. It'll be because everybody else got better and they know how to game plan for Saquon Barkley. Because he's not going to have another season like last year where he almost broke the rushing record. That's not happening. So we can. If I were y'all in Philly, I'd go ahead and say, yeah, the Madden curse too. I mean, why not? But yeah, that's not going to be the reason. So brick on that, partner. Yeah. My other one was going to be about the Louisiana escapees, but that's a pretty
what was it going to be?
That's a no-brainer, man. Brick or Swish, using social media while you on the run. That's the biggest brick. That's the Kobe Bryant airball against the Utah Jazz his rookie year.
That's the Patrick Ewing layup playing the Pacers in that series in the 90s. Right there in the basket. The finger roll.
Mercy, man.
Yes, somebody have mercy.
Did you have a topic you wanted to get to before we got up out of here, man?
Man, the only topic I got is my foot, and it is messed up right now. I've been out of work for the last 3-4 days now. I don't know what's wrong with it. I'm going to get scanned in the next day or two, and they're going to tell me what's happening. Everybody, please pray for me, because I can hardly even walk, man.
Goodness gracious. Well, you're wearing it well, brother. You're wearing it well. I appreciate you for toughing it out. Coming on here, giving me your time, man. I really appreciate it, man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as you heard from my man, Slowfoot Jones, this has been another episode of 58South TV presents Topics of Discussion. I'm your host, 58. That's your bad Juice Jones. Don't forget, like, share, subscribe. Listen to us on Spotify. Holler at Juice on all platforms at Juice Jones, at 58South TV on Instagram, Facebook. Y'all don't forget, man, whenever you go outside, take God with you. Please always be kind and be careful. Peace. Cut the check. Perfect.
Good to go?
Yo, yeah.
Time is still going.
That's fine.